Matlab makes it easy to call function mfiles once a function has been completed. The function can be called from the command window, another mfile function, an mfile script, or within another function called a function. To emphasize that a function is called, since a function typically needs its inputs defined by the user or another program, functions are in general called not run. Also, a function's inputs can range from no inputs to 1, 2, 3, 4, or more. Similarly, its outputs can range from none to many as well. To call a user-defined function from the command window, I can use the same basic format as I would to call a Matlab built-in function, which is the name of the function, any inputs on the right in parentheses, and any outputs on the left in brackets. I'll type in the name of the function, which should exactly match the name of its mfile. In this instance, I'll use the discriminant function. Referring to either the function help description in the command window or the function mfile in the editor window, you can see that this function asks for 3 inputs. So in the command window, I'll type 3 values, separated by commas within parentheses, on the far right after the function name. Again, from the function mfile, you'll see that this function returns 1 output, which will be the calculated value of the discriminant of the quadratic equation defined by the input supplied earlier. So, on the far left within the brackets, I'll type in a valid variable name to hold the output, and then the assignment operator. The brackets are optional for this case because there's only 1 output. However, the assignment operator is extremely important if an output is to be specified. I'll press enter, and the result is returned. You can also call a function from within another function, mfile. To do this, I can use the same basic format as I did in the command window, except I'm actually writing and saving code in this case. And both the primary function and the function it's calling should be in the same folder for easy access. In the primary function named solveRoots, I have called the function discriminant. This is in order to conduct a test on its output value of calc_discr, as shown on lines 22 through 34. Like before, I first typed in the name of the function, discriminant. However, this time the inputs of A, B, and C will be supplied by the primary function. I can leave the discriminant's function's 3 required inputs on the far right within the parentheses as lowercase a, b, c. As for the output argument, you can see I have typed in a valid variable name on the far left within the brackets, followed immediately by the assignment operator, since I'm assigning the result of function discriminant to this output variable. Now, since the function discriminant is being called within the solveRoots function, I would need to call the outer solveRoots function elsewhere to actually activate both functions. One place this can be done is in the command window, like before, by typing in solve_roots, then supply it with 3 numerical inputs on the far right in parentheses. You can see that solveRoots does not have an output argument, so I'm done with the call at this point. Now I can press enter to call the solveRoots function, which in turn calls the discriminant function and tests it with a series of if-else conditions. Notice only the print statements show on the screen, since I only directly solved the solveRoots function. Finally, you can call a function from an mfile script. To call a function from an mfile script, it's best if both the function and the script reside in the same folder for easy access. To call the function solveRoots within this mfile script, I'll simply type in the name of the primary function solveRoots. The inputs of A, B, and C will be supplied by the program asking the user to input values for A, B, and C. So I can leave the inputs on the far right within parentheses as lowercase a, b, c. Since the solveRoots function does not have an output argument, I'm done with the call. Finally, since this is an mfile script, the program will be run, which will ask the user for the inputs that will be used in the script's call to the function solveRoots. Solve roots, we'll then call function discriminant like before.